Hi, this is Mark Squires. I'm the president of Wise Choices Financial here in Kansas City. It is Small Business Appreciation Week, and Jocelyn asked me to kind of tell my story in about 2 to 3 minutes. Jocelyn has worked around me for a year and a half, and she knows I can't say anything in 2 to 3 minutes, but I'll do my best. I have been interested in entrepreneurship since I was a child. I was raised in a family with entrepreneurs. Dad always had a business of some kind going. I've owned businesses. My first one I had when I was 14. I lived in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I mowed lawns. There were several homes in the housing addition we lived in that were vacant and for sale. And so I started calling the real estate agents and said, hey, I think for $12 a week, I'll keep the yard show ready. And that included mowing, using an actual broom to sweep the clippings because there weren't blowers back then, and there weren't weed eaters. So, I used the little clippy things to do that. And these real estate agents took me up on it. Went home and told my dad, hey, I started a business, Dad. He says, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to mow lawns. He said, whose mower are you going to use? I said, ours. He goes, we don't have a mower. I said, yeah, we do, Dad. I mow the grass with you. He goes, no, son. That is my mower. And my dad taught me a lesson. He made me pay him rent. I had to pay him a piece of every one of those lawns I mowed till I could afford to buy my own mower. And you know I bought a better one than he had. I got a really neat surprise the year later when I started getting something in the mail called a 1099 form. And I went to my dad and I said, what's this? And he started laughing. He said, you're going to learn about taxes, son. I actually had to pay taxes when I was 15 years old. Yep, I still have that tax return too. The paper one. Anyway, I've had other businesses as the years have gone on, but I went through about I don't know how many years, but I went through a period of life where I ended up losing all the family members I had except for my children, and I thank God I still have my children. But I was the person in the family that had to do everything from, like it was life in front of a fire hose, from learning about Medicare and Medicaid and VA benefits and pension plan elections and 401k options and estate planning not done at all and estate planning done horribly wrong. Have you ever met a person that could trip over $1 to pick up a dime? Well, that was my dad. Dad liked to do everything on the cheap, and he traded his estate planning to a general practitioner attorney, and it turned out. I'll just say it that way. It turned out the way it turned out. But over that period of time, I actually ended up becoming a caregiver to my first wife's dad the last 13 months of his life, which I consider a great honor. That period of time, because Dad named me as a successor trustee of his trust, and I had to go back and shore up the family businesses and get them liquidated and sold, I couldn't do my job as a parts manager, so I quit my job and went to work for the family trust. And when that period of time was over and it was time to go back to work, it occurred to me that somehow God wired my brain to understand all this stuff. Look, nobody's prepared for the business of death, and I know nobody likes to hear that, because we're Americans. If we don't talk about death, it might not happen to us, but the truth is, everybody gets a turn. It's one per person per lifetime, and you don't get out of it. But we're never prepared. None of my family was. So it occurred to me that maybe I had that experience for a higher calling, and I set out on the mission, and this is a mission for me, to help people navigate the issues and the waters that I navigated by myself. It was before Google, people. I had to go to the library to get information. And that's what I'm doing till I'm 84. I'm in my 20th year. I'm 60 years old. I plan on doing this for about another quarter of a century before I slow down. I didn't say I was going to quit. I said I'm going to slow down. But the reason I chose to never work for an insurance company, to never work for another company, is I want to put you, my clients, first. Sometimes that means I do work for free. Sometimes that means I do work and I get paid less than what other people would. Sometimes it means I refer it out because I'm not the right person. Sometimes we get paid pretty well to do what we do. But here's the thing. Like I said, it's more than a job for me. It's more than a business. It is a mission. I know exactly why I show up for work every day, and I can't think of doing anything else with my time that would be better other than hanging out with Tina, my wife, because she's the best. That's kind of my story. If you would like to know more, reach out to me. I'm happy to have a conversation. By the way, I mentor and consult owners of small businesses on a regular basis. Several of you watching this will go, yeah, you've mentored me, you've helped me, you've given me direction. If you own a small business, you want to start a small business, you know somebody who wants to start a small business, have them reach out to me at 816-841-9141. Check us on the web at www.wcf-kc.com. There's not a whole lot about my mentoring on that website because that's centered primarily on our insurance products. But I'd love to have a conversation with you. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are about Small Business Appreciation Week. So would you do me a favor? Put the comments in there. I want to hear from you. I really do. Sorry, Jocelyn, this was way over 2 to 3 minutes, but you know me. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.